push forward on implementation of the commitments that we achieved there, on the work that was done in the G7 last year, the tracks that have been taking place this year, and ultimately we need to ensure that we create a safer, greener world and keep alive the prospect of limiting global temperatures to 1.1 degrees. Thank you.
Yes, good morning. Hello. Right. Well, I'm delighted to be here at EUREF here in Berlin-Schöneberg as the UK Energy Minister and Climate Change Minister. Really looking forward to our discussions here today and tomorrow at the G7, particularly with reference to getting Europe off Russian hydrocarbons, I think is our top immediate priority. But we mustn't take our eye off the ball from the medium and long-term objective, which is to get the world to net zero, move decisively further and more quickly into renewable energy. I think nuclear energy is a big part of the answer as well. So really looking forward to our G7 discussions over the coming days here in Berlin. Thank you.
Yes. Is this turned on? Can I hold that? Good morning, everyone. Can you hear me? Yes. Good morning, everyone. My name is Zach Goldsmith. I'm here on behalf of the United Kingdom, and it's a huge pleasure to be here in Germany, and to be in this beautiful city, and for reasons that could barely be more important. At COP26, as you will know, we worked very hard in the UK to bring nature from the margins of the climate debate into the heart of our response to it. We don't believe, as I don't believe any scientist believes, that it's possible to reach net zero or effectively tackle climate change without nature. Any pathway, any plan for net zero that does not include nature, in our view, is not a credible plan. So we wanted to bring nature from the margins and make it central. And I think we succeeded in doing that, but our job now, for as long as we remain presidents and beyond, is to make real those commitments. If they simply remain on paper, those commitments mean nothing. So our job is to try to give meaning to those commitments we secured, and to ensure that as we get towards the CBD COP at the end of this year, hosted by China, that we organize ourselves in such a way that we genuinely deliver a Paris moment for nature. That has to be our ambition, and the G7, of course, has a massively important role to play as the world's major economies. And what we're hoping for here, in agreement, is a commitment to rapidly scale up finance for nature, an agreement to commit to aligning our spending and our ODA, our official development assistance, with the natural world, to go nature positive, and to using every lever as governments to ensure that the market properly recognizes and reflects the true value of the natural world and the true cost of its destruction. And the backdrop, of course, is grim. We're recovering from the global pandemic. We have horrors unfolding in Ukraine as a consequence of Russia's action. But objectively, in the medium and long term, there can be no greater or more important challenge than reconciling ourselves, our economies, with the natural world on which each and every one of us depends, but which is currently under siege. So that is the purpose of the G7. It could barely be more important, and I look forward to us reaching a good agreement later today. Thank you so much. Well, thank you. Did I go through here?
Ja, guten Morgen. Sage ich das jetzt auf Deutsch oder Englisch? Ich bin froh, dass ich hier bin. Ich bin froh, dass wir alle begriffen haben, dass wir jetzt schnell handeln müssen bei der Energiewende, bei der Energieeinsparung, dass wir uns befreien von dieser Abhängigkeit vom russischen Gas und Öl, und dass wir als G7 da zusammenhalten, ist unheimlich wichtig. Dankeschön.
Absolutely. Good morning, everyone. So, of course, I'm very happy to be in Berlin. I'm very thankful to Minister Habeck and Minister Lemke for this really timely and ambitious agenda, focusing on climate, biodiversity, but also facing issues such as food insecurity, which all are actually very much interconnected. And of course, it is extremely important that today at the G7 meeting, we would highlight the importance of those issues. We would highlight how they are connected, and of course, we would pave the way for these solutions, which are not sometimes very easy, but I think G7 countries are the ones who can actually provide the answers. Thank you.
Oh, hi. Oh, my name is Oka from Japan. 日本語で、はい、私は日本から来た大岡でございます。とにかく今回の会議で、私たち日本しっかりと世界に対して貢献をしていきたいと思います。特にまずはウクライナの支援、それからエネルギーの独立、そして、気候変動、それから生物多様性、それぞれの分野で私たち日本の技術で、私たちのこれまで取り組んできた経験でお答えできることたくさんあると思いますので、それをしっかりと議論していきたいと思います。これでいいの？ Thank you very much.
おはようございます。
改めて今回の交渉に向けて、いかに主張されていくか、一言お願いします。
エネルギー安全保障とですね、そのカーボンニュートラルの実現に向けたその2つの両立という課題を議論するわけですけれども、日本の立場をしっかりと主張していきたいというふうに考えています。例えば石炭火力の取り扱いについてはさまざまな議論がありますけれども、日本としてはCO2を出さない形でですね使い続けたいという政策を持っていますから、そういうことをしっかりと各国にも理解していただくように努力をしたいと思っています。これはG7 あるいは首脳会合でもですねさまざまな議論がありますけれども、基本的には脱ロシアを進めていくという方針は同じですので、ただどういうタイムフレームにするかなどについて各国の理解を得たいというふうに思っています。OK？ いいですか。どうもありがとう。
Good morning. Today's G7 Energy, Climate and Environment Ministers meeting is taking place in challenging times on all three fronts. As G7 ministers, we have to send a clear message that we agree here in Berlin that our green transition remains our priority. This is necessary not only to achieve our climate goals, but also to ensure affordable and secure energy. Since 3 months when Russia occupied Ukraine's territories, we have to continue to respond on Russia's action with clear and strong steps. As you know, European Commission presented last week our plan how to get rid of the dependency on Russian fossil fuels. This is a vulnerability that we cannot afford. The core of our plan is accelerating renewables, so green transition is at the heart of our plan. We will promote solar and wind. We will replace Russian natural gas with green hydrogen and biomethane. And of course, we will prioritize savings. So whenever we can, we will reduce our consumption our demand for fossil fuels. And I do expect that today with colleagues, we will see and we will agree how we can deliver our green agenda, how we can stabilize global energy markets and send a clear message to Russia together. Thank you.
Thank you, Excellency Ministers Habeck and Lemke, to invite Indonesia as a guest country of G7 meeting. We appreciate this kind of invitation. Indonesia is in the view that bilaterally and multilaterally is equally important as a cooperative mechanism. Indonesia as a presidency of G20 will share some priorities, and we appreciate again, and we will discuss on G27 aspects on first to support the more sustainable recovery and also increasing the land and base activities to support environment protection and climate change objectives in control, as well as we to increase the mobilization of resources to support the environment and climate change control objectives. Again, as a presidency of G20 from developing countries, Indonesia also like to invite other developing countries to be together and recover stronger. This is the time to do action, doing deliverable matters for the benefit of countries and people. I wish a very productive meeting and fruitful here in Berlin. Thank you.
May I? Yes. Well, first of all, I would like to convey our highly appreciation and congratulations to German government in successful organize the G7 activities. So Indonesia, as a president of G20, we will hold the next meeting in Bali by September. We hope all the ministers who are attending this meeting also can attend our meeting in Bali. So our presence here, we want to assure that the result of this meeting can be synergized to strengthen cooperation between the G7 and G20. Thank you.
Minister, how are you? Good to see you. I know we're going to sit and have a chance to talk. Yeah, I'd like to. It's great to see you. Yes. Absolutely. Well, let me just say what a terrific honor and privilege it is to be here in Berlin. I want to thank our hosts, the ministers, the full German team. Just outstanding work on the communique, outstanding work for this ministerial. And the leadership for Germany, the partnership with the United States, I don't think could be stronger. And our world faces a lot of challenges right now, but with German leadership, with German partnership, I think we'll be able to tackle all of them. So it's just great to be here. Good. Thank you. Thank you.
Well, we are just delighted to be here. President Biden declared on day one that America's back, and we are back in full force. So we are proud of what has been happening up until today, the partnership that we have with our German partners and the leadership that they've demonstrated on tackling the climate crisis, biodiversity, and of course, eradicating as much pollution and emissions as possible. Thank you.
Well, good morning, everybody. Want to thank Germany for its role, its leadership, and its role in hosting this preparatory meeting for the G7. We are obviously, all of us, extremely focused on turbulence in the global playing field right now in Ukraine and its impact on prices, on human beings, dominates the day-to-day. But the climate crisis will not go away. And it is absolutely critical that we heed the science that dictates that we must accelerate our efforts for conversion to independence, to renewable alternative energy. Germany has actually done an extraordinary job of pivoting in very short period of time. And the leadership is critical because the message to the world is we are behind. We are not where we need to be post-Glasgow. We need to accelerate dramatically, and we cannot fall into this false narrative that because of Ukraine, there is now an excuse to have to go pump out and build an entire new generation of infrastructure. That will be catastrophic unless it comes with all of the mitigation and abatement, the capturing of emissions. So our mission here is very, very clear in the G7 to prepare for the G7, but also for the G20, because 20 nations equal 80% of all the emissions in the world. And if those 20 nations don't step up, then we can't get the job done. So what the G7 does in order to set the stage for that is really critical. And I'm glad to be here and look forward to completing our work. Thank you very much.